So welcome everyone. It is April the 17th, 2024, and we're working with Archangel Michael and the blessing and virtue of truth. We haven't got to the universal law yet with Sanat Kumara. That'll be coming next week. And we've studied up on the 9th dimension with Albert. And this chakra is called the Lurion clavicle chakra. It's right underneath the throat. And it's these beautiful colors of blues and pinks and purples and smoky blues. All right, let's, oh yes, and here's our mission with Archangel Michael. Truth or peace on earth. Yeah, we'll intend it for 2024, and if it doesn't come in 2024, maybe 2025 or 2026. Okay, and then this is all the universal laws, just an overview of them, just so you can see. There's laws from the crown to the root, connected to the 13 chakras, and we are right up in here. Instantaneous transmission and transformation for next week. We studied transmutation and dissipation and unification and unity and attachment and detachment with the Buddha. Give and receive with Sanat Kumara. Change with the Divine Mother. As within, so without, as above, so below. Balance with SK. Intent with SK, and sacred purpose with SK. So we're making our way through them all. And connected to the chakras as well are the blessings and virtues. So here we are at the Lurion with truth, the communication chakra. So we've studied prudence, and love and truth are really connected. We've been looking at love a lot. We've done charity, we've done prudence, joy, awe, fortitude, humility, and compassion. Okay, and here's just to know that these divine qualities and laws are all around us. They're in every breath. We just need to embody them and know that this is the framework of how things work in the higher realms. Love is the expression and the movement, how life is experienced. And love is the substance connected more to the golden energy, and the fuel, the power, the father, ideas and inspiration. We just know that in every breath, we're breathing how things work in the higher realms. The divine mother energy connected to the water, and the divine father energy connected to the sunlight. Combine them two, combine the water and the sunlight, it helps create the nature, the greenery in nature. Okay, so here's our invocation. If you want to read along with me, please do. I invoke the
Lurion Chakra,
divine
blessing and virtue of truth, the universal law of instantaneous transmission and transformation, the divine dimension, the divine mother's clarity, the Archangel Michael's blue flame of truth, and Archangel Uriel's silver flame of truth, for completion of cycles, for perfect alignment with who I am, with who we are.
Yay, that's a good one. Okay, and then just whenever we do an invocation, just know that clarity will come in, and oftentimes it's good to just sit still and contemplate as well, and allow the other side to speak to us. There's so much information that comes through in that. Okay, and this was such an important sentence that Archangel Michael gave to us, and he said, when you are traveling through a lifetime, it is not clearing so that you can finally embrace love. It is remembering, letting go, and acceptance of the fact that you are love, that you are loved and lovable, and that you are the essence of love. That's a really important statement there. Remembering we are love. Remembering and letting go and acceptance of the fact that you are love, that you are loved and lovable, and that you are the essence of love. So when you're sitting still, you can go into the remembering zone, the blue flame of truth. the blue energy. It's a good idea to make it a habit to sit in that blue energy because it's been suppressed here for so long. We've really forgotten it. And that's why Michael's saying, remember, remember, remember. Remember the blue, the clarity. And when that acknowledgement and that knowing that truth emerges, then it is an expansion that takes place of that essence. So, yeah, exactly. And this is a good little everyday mantra. I am love, I am loved, I am lovable. And it will literally neutralize anything that's not of love, either in the left hemisphere or the right hemisphere of the brain. Just like I am acceptance does too, it calms the mind down so that you fall into your heart consciousness. And you can see how I put anchors here. We're anchoring this into our heart consciousness. This is our heart consciousness. So this is Michael's exercise, the everyday exercise with Archangel Michael, where you sit in the blue flame and allow the blue flame to expand and consume us. I am the blue flame. I become like a sponge, allowing my infinite potential from throughout the universe, the multiverse, the omniverse, and the source to fill me. And what we're letting go, burning up, is doubt, denial, limitation. And so you feel a sense of expansion, and that's a good time to ask Michael, what is the expression of my infinite potential today? And he says it'll be different, and the key lies just to simply do what he asks us to do. It's always very simple. What is the expression of my infinite potential today? Such an amazing statement. Okay, so now this is Archangel Michael, and he says suffering was never part of the divine plan. And we know that there are many belief systems in the third dimension, old. The old third dimension is what we're cleaning up to create it sparkly new, us resting in the divine qualities and understanding the laws and the dimensions, that you have to suffer to purify. That is not the case. And he says, put yourself into community that is supportive of the heart, that is supportive of the truth, and your pursuit of anchoring the fullness of your being, because this is what we're talking about. We're not talking this day or any day about a defiant, uncaring, distant deity. We're talking about that spark of the divine, of the Mother, Father, One, that truth that lives within you. And there is a spark in the bottom of the tri-flame in the heart that's silver. So I think that's what they're talking about there. But then there's also the spark when we are birthed from the heart of one originally. So that spark stays with us all the time. And it's our truth. We are talking about that spark of the divine, of the Mother, Father, One, that truth that lives within you. So just know you can access it if you sit in your heart chakra and contemplate your tri-flame. So there's a blue flame on one side, there's a yellow flame on the other side, and there's a pink in the middle. And the flames, the blue and the yellow, dance around the pink. And at the base of the pink, there is some silver. And you can access Archangel Uriel there as well. If you're wanting to know deeper truth, you can talk to Michael in his blue flame of truth. And Uriel tends to come up in here too, up in the third and the fourth chakra, but I'll go into that a bit later. So this is the definition of truth from the Council of Love. Truth is clarity. So there's the blue. Truth simply is light and love. It is the wholeness of knowing. It is factual information that can stand and does stand alone, whether people know it or not. Truth is. For example, the divine is a supreme knowing. Whether anyone in this room or on this planet knows this matters not. That truth cannot be altered. True wisdom is the virtue of having the good sense to know and understand that truth. Truth is the color of silver with tinges of pink and lilac. And and we'll go into Archangel Uriel a little bit later. And then Michael also says, truth is the divine knowing, what you may think of as supreme intelligence, wisdom, substance, inspiration, ideas, and love is the expression and how that is experienced. So that's why I'm always doing the movement of the mother, the water movement, and the son of the father. So that's like the power of the father also. Okay, and then Michael goes on, he says, now you say to me, Michael, I have followed my heart, and dear Rose, you speak for many. I have followed my heart, and I've been hurt. I'm lying on the ground, and I'm battered and bruised emotionally, sometimes physically, financially, socially. So this Rose lady phoned in, and she's saying, life has been really hard. She's been in a family that has been very difficult. And she's asking what to do. What am I to do? Please just do not tell me to just keep going. And Michael says, dear heart, I am not just telling you or guiding you blithely to keep going, but I cannot in truth tell you not to follow your heart, because that is your map. That is your compass. It is the way that you have been created so that you would know this divine knowing, this truth knowing of which way to turn. So you know how in the meditations for the laws, especially, we fly into the golden temple in behind the heart chakra? That's where that information, our knowing, is stored on the walls there. So Michael's saying, drop into your heart and fly in there and really listen. It's a practice. It takes it takes intention to do that every day and consistently. But that's what he's talking about, your compass, the way that you've been created so that you would know this divine knowing, this truth knowing of which way to turn. Okay, and then he goes on, but what I am suggesting to thee, and of course you are going forward, and it is time, as the old is fading away, that you seek those that are truly supportive of your journey. I know many of you have been positioned and have chosen to be in families that do not support your viewpoint or your path, that you came to these families as catalysts, as beacons of love, to teach love, to give them the opportunity to open their hearts. And you are shaking your head and saying, the free choice is making me hurt because they are not choosing to love. So that's been the experience of many of us. We've had these families that have been difficult. And Michael says, but you cannot judge, but what you can do is distance yourself. You do not hold all opportunities up close and personal forever. If they are harming you, that is what pain and suffering is about. It is not about continuing in being a martyr. It is a signal to you to back up, to back away, to always send the love, hold the love, give the forgiveness, which is eternal and infinite, but do not stay in situations that hurt you. And then he says, well, you say, I have no way to support myself. If I leave this situation, I am on the street. So I ask of you, turn to the mother, turn to me, turn to the company of heaven, turn to your guides, ask them to open, ask them and open to put the potential for what you think of as physical wherewithal within your field of infinite potential. So this is a really good example of asking Michael about your infinite potential each day, because he says that everything is in our field and we just need to ask and open to it. So if we're really, really struggling, sit still and ask, and sit in the blue clarity, in the blue flame, and just allow that clarity to come. And he says that we're really surrounded with help. Our guides are with us 24/7. We've got at least 3, and then you can call on the mighty ones, you can call on the masters, and our job is just to be able to open and receive and listen. It is already there, so have them bring it to your attention so that you may proceed in ways that bring you joy, so that when you awaken in the morning, you literally wish with a smile in your stomach and your face, I am glad to be alive, rather than how am I going to get through this day? And that is not the plan that you came to Earth for. It is not banishment pain. It is joy. So let your heart lead you directly. We are not suggesting any longer you take the scenic route. Lead directly to joy and let it come first through the simplest of things. Let it grow and act as that ember bursting into flame, and trust, dear heart. When we have begun today, and I have said that within truth is hope, because without hope, there's no life, there's no forward thrust. So we give you the mother's hope this day, Gabriel and Uriel and I, and we give you our support. And then he says farewell here, and Archangel Gabriel comes in, because we're going to hear from Gabriel and Uriel. And she says, I am Gabriel. Welcome, I am Gabriel, lily of love, trumpet of truth, messenger of one, and I bow to my brother, for really we have many voices and only one voice. So here she's saying I am her masculine, and here she is her feminine. So Archangel Gabriel is emanating feminine, been asked by the mother for the divine feminine rising. And she's the one with the trumpet, and the lily is her flower, and the lily's like a trumpet. So I turned it this way. So you can see it's like a trumpet. And she said, it is my joy to also speak to you this day about this core issue, this core existence, this cornerstone called truth. So often all of you turn to me and you say, Gabriel, how do I know truth? When I say to you that I am the trumpet of truth, it is the clarion call, and I also give you that trumpet, my horn, so that when you speak through it, and you speak truth as well. So you can ask for Gabriel's trumpet. If you have to talk to somebody, you can just invoke Archangel Gabriel and say, can you help me? And you can use her horn and speak through it. And that's really speaking truth with that horn. Then she goes, but I digress. How do you know truth? How does that clarity come and anchor within you? So I did an anchor with clarity. And she said, it is that deep sense of knowing, dear heart. And when we use the word knowing, we mean it in the sense that there's no doubt, no question. It is just the deep-rooted sense of alignment and what is. Even when you're not feeling that silver cord to the truth of one and all, so everyone has this silver cord that goes from the top of their head to source energy, then what you're doing is you are knowing the truth of your sweet being, and that is all you need, because it will take you where you need to go, where you have designed in tandem with all of us to where you wish to be, to your plan, both for this life and for eternity. It will guide you back home. But the key is to sit still and listen. Like, it doesn't really come just, well, the more you align, the more you're in alignment, it does flow in much more easily. But I know that, and Steve, you can probably attest to this, it takes a certain amount of diligence.
Yes, indeed. To calm the mind, still the mind, yeah.
Yeah. And to be able to hear and listen and understand what they're saying. And often it doesn't come as English. You don't have to think of it as coming in as English. It comes in downloads, like whole concepts will come in. Everybody receives slightly differently. So like I don't really hear words, but I get understandings and knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone's a bit different. The comfort that each and every one of you seek, the solace is to know. Some of you say, oh, it is to know that I am on track. It is to know that I'm holding the peace, the joy, but it is also holding the love, because within that knowing, even when war is raging outside your door, you know that you are loved, and that you are lovable. And even if you are murdered, it does not change, and that the actions of the false grids and paradigms come and go, and this does not change. It is the bedrock of who you are. So I think that's how important it is to stand back from the news as well, just to allow whatever's happening on the planet to happen, stand back, not attach to it too much, bless it, send it compassion, and just know we're here to listen for our own expression of infinite potential, not to worry too much about what's happening on the world stage. Yes, and then to anchor in that I am loved, I am loved, I am lovable. Interesting how Archangel Gabriel said it too. You are loved, and you are lovable. Michael said it, and now she's repeating it. So many of you, my beloved children, avoid this deep knowing. Like small children, you are afraid of the dark. You are afraid that if you really come to know yourself, all of you, you are afraid of what you will find. So I come as a speaker and trumpet of truth to tell you, to share with you glad tidings of great joy. What you will find is you are magnificent. You are love and you deserve. You are worthy of love and every expression, human, divine, and from your star brothers and sisters, you are worthy because love is essence, but is also expression, it is movement, it is creation, it is the fuel of everything. Yes, Darren. Oh, you're on mute.
Why do you think that we are afraid of knowing ourselves?
Because of all the past lifetimes. And we probably have acted out of alignment.
So we're afraid to see the dark side of ourselves?
Yes, and we've forgotten that everything is forgiven. There is no judgment in the higher realms. We've anchored in that we're either a saint or a sinner. Well, we're everything. We've been everything. And so when you can sit in your own feelings and let them dissipate, then underneath all that is pure love and joy and peace.
Okay, so we forget our greatness, really, I guess.
Yes, she says you are magnificent. Everyone is unique and magnificent. Every being that is ever birthed from the Divine Mother, Father One comes out unique and magnificent.
What happened to?
Yes, Ken?
No, it's Mel.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lynn.
Oh, I was just going to add that it's also the messages that we get every day from the news and from our parents and from every teachers and everything that we're not perfect. We don't do it right. We should do it better. It's just everything that's bombarding us that we're just not perfect. From religion, from all those messages that just keep at us and at us and at us, that tell us that we aren't magnificent when we really are. And so we got to stop believing all that, those messages that keep coming at us and at us and at us.
Yeah. Yes. And I find it gets simpler when the mind is, when we're more in our heart.
Right.
Because then we don't attach to what the mind, we just let the mind do its thing. The thoughts become like fluffy clouds and they float away.
Well, and part of it is listening to messages like what you're doing, Kathleen, but also messages that are on Golden Age of Gaia and messages from that are channeled, that kind of thing. Because if you keep listening it kind of starts to sink in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I really am magnificent. I really am wonderful.
Mhm.
I really am a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful human being. I really am an angel. I really am,
Yep.
you
That-
just you gotta get up every day and keep saying that to yourself.
Mhm.
I really am a darn wonderful human being, and gotta stop listening to all that crap that people keep saying.
Mhm. Well, yes, I mean, it's in the messages, like the television and the the social media. Mhm.
It's in the water, I think, sometimes. I don't know.
It's also in one other place, and that is when you replay tapes of the past.
Yes. Yep. And so that's how important it is to really anchor in the knowing everything is forgiven, to neutralize the past as much as you can around mom, dad, siblings, whatever's happened. Yeah. That's been a huge chunk of what the work that I was guided to do. To be in the forgiveness and the compassion, so not judging it, and the gratitude for it. Mhm. Gratitude for all the experiences because they're all amazing. Sometimes you learn faster from the ones that are difficult.
Right?
Yeah. And if you
Just
can
keep,
laugh about it.
yep, you just keep working at it every single solitary day.
Yeah. Yeah. What Michael says, like, what is the expression of my infinite potential? That's a brilliant statement because your infinite potential is infinite. Hmm. Good. Okay. Yep. Darren.
Yeah, I also like what you just read today, that you can ask, your guides for what you need. If you need whatever finances or health or whatever, you can ask for it. So I find that very inspiring.
Oh, yeah. It's within your field. Yeah. Yeah. And just know it's right there for you. We're not meant to suffer. We're not meant to be in any kind of suffering. That is not of truth. And the problem is it's been anchored in here for thousands of years. Suffering is, a good thing. No, 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 no. No more suffering. Mhm. Yeah. And it's really getting outside in nature consistently too, and breathing that sunlight and loving up the trees and blessing the water, even when you're drinking water in the daytime, just from a glass or a bottle, blessing it, blessing it. So you're in that zone of ingratitude, like what St. Francis told us, be in gratitude for everything, blessing everything. It changes up your whole outlook on life. So then you're not the cup half empty, you're the cup half full. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it even when it's snowing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the purity of the white snow is so beautiful. So amazing. We're gonna look back on this lifetime and realize that it went by so fast. Yeah. So Gabriel says, so I come this day as the archangel of reassurance to tell you what you will find when you come to know your beloved self is love, not the lesser expressions of human experience, but your divine self. So come with me, and if you feel that you need to clear away some of the cobwebs of doubt, then simply ask for me to blow my trumpet right into your heart. I will be glad to awaken you. And dear hearts, it is time. And then she says, thank you, dear Graham. I didn't even notice this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you can ask for her to come and blow her trumpet right into your heart. That'll, I haven't done that. I'm going to ask her to do that.
Archangel Gabriel.
I will
So,
report on Friday what that's like.
so that's blowing truth right into your heart, eh?
Yes, and whatever else. Report back on Friday. That's our homework. Mhm. That's the golden energy of self-worth too. I think it's like your power, it's everything. It connected to the gold. Okay, and now Archangel Uriel comes in. So Graham says, this strikes me as an opportunity to extend our discussion with Archangel Uriel, to have a round table of archangels. And so if you're interested and willing, we love for you to have you for your comments as we wrap up the show. And Uriel comes in and says, I am Uriel. And Graham says, welcome. And Uriel says, welcome to you. And yes, I am the Archangel of the Silver Ray, bringer of the future, and the future is now. You are inside and outside of time. Long ago on this very show, I have given you gladly my silver flame of clarity and truth, that it may light your way on this journey of wholeness and this journey of ascension that I guide you on. I place this flame not only in your heart, but in the palm of your hand as you cup it, so that as you go forward into places of darkness, and yes, as my beloved sister says, sometimes the most fearful, dark place that you explore is your own heart. And I give you this flame for you to go and do this exploration, that I guide you and I light your way and I will overlight you. So the way his flame was explained to us, it's like in a little pot and you hold it in your hand and you take it with you when you're doing your exploring. Yes, Ken.
What is overlighting?
That's when the mighty ones or SK will stand right behind you and light you up and help you understand. Like their light comes down into us to help us understand who we are, and if they need us to stand taller and explain things to people. Like I often feel like I can feel Uriel right now, right behind me, helping me with all of this. And when I'm with Michael, I can feel Michael behind me. And when I'm explaining a law, SK's right here overlighting me. Yeah. So often it's if you're out in public, or you've got some people to talk to, your guides can be right close and bring in more light for us. But yeah, overlighting. SK, I've heard SK say that. I've heard Yophael say that. Yophael, the mighty magenta purple archangel, the Yofi dust archangel. He is often very close to us because we're mastering ourselves. And he's like helping us with our mastery. Yeah.
Also, Jesus was overlighted by the Christ energy as well.
Yes. Yeah, and Jesus can come in close and be with us too. Yeah. Overlight.
Jesus is overlit by Sananda as well.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think we are overlit by our universal selves too, because our universal selves are coming closer. So that's like an overlighting. Yeah, it just helps with everything. Helps with us really understanding love and peace and joy and the laws and the dimensions. This is a huge misunderstanding of the human collective, this ego-based, you have it both ways. You ask people's opinions and then you say, I have to do it for myself. I have to go it alone. Well, you are part of the unified grid of all, so you do not have to. In fact, it is impossible for you to go it alone. You are never alone. Yes, Ken.
Well, I was just thinking, if you can think you're being overlit with your choice of spirit, that would cut down a lot on negative thoughts.
Absolutely, because their light is like in your field, and often our field is filled with debris. You know, that crystal mat that I have, it clears out electronic debris because we're constantly on the internet and we're surrounded with Wi-Fi. So our fields need some help. So you ask to be overlit and have your fields cleaned out. That's what I'm doing when the people are lying on the mat. I'm using sound therapy to clean the fields. And people get up and they feel so much better for even a couple days.
Yeah, and the 5G towers are really bad for that too.
Yeah, I don't know. So, but you can ask for help with the clearing of your field so that you feel better. So, yeah. Mhm. You are never alone, not only with humanity, the kingdoms and Gaia, but with all of us. Just as Michael has given you his sword and shield and staff to lean upon, who do you think you are leaning upon when you lean upon that staff? You are leaning upon Michael. So there was a channeling where Michael talked about we each have a sword and shield, and he has this staff that we can borrow. So we have all these etheric tools that we're not really using because we can't see them, so we forget about them. But know that you have a sword that you can cut away cords that are, to situations that we have no, we the energy of that we don't want anymore. We can just cut that away with our sword. And the shield is to protect you from negative energy. We have all kinds of tools. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's so important to cut cords, especially from negative energies that are around you.
Well, you get to a point where they just can't anchor anymore. So maybe that's why we're not thinking too much about the sword so much. Because the more you're in the field of love, then the negative can't stick. Yeah, can.
I was thinking of the staff as being knowledge.
Oh, very good. Yes. Yeah. So just know it's right there. If you want it, we've got Archangel Gabriel's trumpet. We've got Michael's staff. We are surrounded. And here's Uriel. He says, I offer you my arm, my shoulder, my back. Whoops. My wings, my presence, and my love. I give you my light to guide your way, that you may know that you do not travel alone, and that you are cherished so far beyond measure. This is what we want you to know. This is the truth that we wish you to embrace and discover, not because we say so, but because it is within you. Not because it is written down or guided or channeled, but because you know. This is my offering to you. Thank you and blessings. Farewell. And I think that's, oh yeah, okay. And so what he's saying here, Uriel is very present and he's very quiet. So, and he's always helping us with, he actually helps with anything to do with money, abundance. He helps us look at past lifetimes that we don't want to look at with this silver flame. Go into them with him with no fear. He is, do you remember when we were breathing 7 breaths of silver? Silver is amazing clarity. You can go with Archangel Uriel and look at things that are difficult to look at. And he helps with understandings of truth. And within truth is hope and forgiveness and all that. So it really anchors in that you are unique and magnificent. So I'm breathing silver is a very powerful thing to do. And you can ask Archangel Uriel to open up your etheric eyes, the 4th eye and the 3rd eye, especially the 4th, the bridge of the nose, because it's the colors of silver, it's gray Alsha. And you can magnetize, attract bliss and truth. He was working with me, I think it was yesterday, and I was just in this zone. I don't know, felt so good. You couldn't even name it, but he was very much working with this zone on my face. You could feel it pulsing. So you can ask for that. I put this here just to remind us that the mother energy is very magnetic, connected to the moon and the water. So we're in the 9th right now. So we're magnetizing to us that clarity, that blue energy. Okay. And the golden energy is connected to finances, gratitude, joy, creation. Truth is the supreme intelligence, wisdom, substance, inspiration, ideas. Yeah, so it's all interconnected. When you're working with one, you're working with another. Like it's one is within like within bliss is all kinds of different understandings and knowing. So the more we're in that really feeling good space comes information as to how things work and next steps and for your purpose. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so then Susie has a question. She says, thank you, Graham and Michael and Uriel and Gabrielle for coming. I would address this question to all of you and anyone who wants to answer. In my unfolding process, more truth is revealed every day about who I am and what I can do, what's available to me. So much of this process is about perceptions, about what is already true and has always been true. It seems that many are steadfast in holding to the illusion, and I'm wondering, will the raising of the collective frequency be enough for everyone to open their hearts to the energies and everything that's available to us? And Uriel says, I am Uriel, and we would all like to answer, but I will do so because I am igniting that silver flame within everybody. Will it be enough? Is this not the human dilemma? So this is a good one. There's the working with the 7 deep breaths of silver ray. Just breathing it helps with clarity. And then Uriel goes on to say, dear heart, you are correct. Every day you are seeing more and more of your infinite potential. And as you do so, you are communicating that to those who are clinging to the limited perspective. So it is not only we who are undertaking this transformation, it is each of you, you wonderful way showers, you pathfinders, you pillars, you gatekeepers. It has always been enough. And yes, truth will reign, but you are helping. Do not underestimate when you stay in that place of centered awareness, of knowing, and not wobbling back and forth in uncertainty. You are doing so for many. So this is how important it is just to stay right in the middle and like a tree and watching everything. Do not underestimate when you stay in that place of centered awareness, of knowing, and of not wobbling back and forth in uncertainty. You are doing so for many. Our fields talk to the fields around us. So the more we just stay in the middle, the better it is for everything. And Susie says, yes, I feel that. I notice people around me are so unaware, and it seems that they want to continue on with this and aren't open. So I'm just really hoping and praying that the work that I do really will, and so many of us are doing, really will serve to bring everybody up. And Archangel Uriel says that is the plan. It is the revised plan that you have collectively negotiated with the mother. But yes, now we tell you that the resistance of those who are clinging to the old perspective is very strong. It is they are clinging to a life raft that they believe is going to bring them to safety. And that's when the music came up, and that was the end. And Susie and Graham said, thank you. And Archangel Uriel said, farewell, dear hearts. So he said that some of us are still clinging to a life raft. So we want them to let that go and let it go within us so that we come into the middle. I love this. No wobbling back and forth. And that's that word you use, certainty. Steve, when you called in, you used the word certainty in your question to Archangel Michael. Staying in the certainty of knowing, centered awareness. Yes. Okay. So we're right on time to do 10 minutes of sending. or unless anyone has a comment about not wobbling or anything else. I know it feels like one of those. There's a toy that wobbles.
But I wobble every day.
The bobbleheads. The bobblehead. You know the bobblehead.
Well,
Yeah.
Sometimes we call it waffling.
Waffling, waffling, or waffling back and forth. Yes. Mhm. Yes. So good. Okay. Well, how about we send out centered awareness of knowing out to the planet? Can we do that for 10 minutes?
Okay.
Do we need to send love to anybody? Paula, would Chad like some love, do you think?
Oh, yeah, he could use some tonight.
Okay.
And Mickey?
yeah, Mickey
Oh,
could
yes.
use more. Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't we send them some centered awareness of knowing?
Oh, that'd be good.
Okay. Awesome. All right. I will set the timer for 10. And you can put yourself on mute if you want. And we'll see everybody in 10 minutes. That's a good one.
Mm,
That
very powerful.
That was really powerful.
Yeah,
Mhm.
deep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have centered awareness of knowing of my knowing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Mhm.
I was going into the financial sector. I was going into my family. I was going and standing in front of world leaders. That's a good
Mhm.
one.
Hmm.
What is it again? Of knowing. Centered awareness of knowing. You don't even have to say my knowing. I am centered awareness of knowing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did it take you, Paula?
Wow. After Chad and Darren's
Yeah.
daughter, um, it I went deep like you did. I was starting to go all over the world
Mhm.
and really, yeah, I
Yeah.
was feeling all kinds of energy running through me.
Yeah. Just I was standing in front of people.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to practice that one. Mhm.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Oh, good. Yeah. You're so welcome. So welcome. Steve, did that take you anywhere saying that? Or were you
Very,
saying?
very deep, very stable,
Mhm.
not jumpy at all. It was quite an unusual meditation in that regard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, thank you, Uriel. Okay, we've got to
Mhm.
remember that one. You can I mean, even do it daily. Mm-hmm. Lillian, did you have fun with that one?
I was focusing on I am love, I am loved, I am
Yeah.
I did that
lovable.
too. I did that too, Lillian. All over the place.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
Good.
didn't get to I am centered awareness of
Of knowing.
whatever that is. I didn't get to that yet.
Yeah. 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 Okay. And Ken, did you?
I went back into the walls again in my heart,
Nice.
and
Mhm.
the text on the walls kept changing colors, and it
Nice.
got very felt very energized. And I think what was going on was that I was using that as a way to communicate with everybody, all different people.
Nice. Yeah, so that's centered awareness of knowing. That's exactly what it is.
Mm.
Good work.
Thank you.
Yay. Okay, and Darren, what did you get up to?
Well, I spent most of the time in the healing chamber, and I had a lot of people in the healing chamber, and then sent that healing all around the world, actually, all around the planet. So I was healing everybody.
Nice.
Mm, awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, so
Mhm.
what I think I'm going to do on Friday is just do an overview because there was just so much information that came through. So I'll just pull out bits and pieces to help us remember. And then next week we'll start the law of instantaneous transmission and transformation.
Paula, if I can make a
Yes.
suggestion,
Okay.
I would say use the horn as a way to talk to your son.
That's great. I think so too. Right to his heart.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll do the same thing
Exactly.
too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or for Mickey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
everybody
I
else
totally.
too. You know.
Sure.
Yeah. That's a
And
good
Steve can do it to all his roommates.
one. Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
should. And maybe we should do it with Ed too, down in Australia.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely with Ed.
Mhm.
Good idea.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, we've got homework, you guys.
Well,
Thank you guys. I
yeah,
had fun
thank
tonight.
you.
Thanks.
Okay.
See ya.
It's
Bye.
fun.
Bye.
Turn off the recording.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you for watching.